Yes, welcome to Star Trek Stories, everyone. A little bit more cash.
Yeah, nothing super special. Just chillaxing.
Yeah, we are in between episode selections, so we're taking it easy. We have been really just working ourselves raw.
Hey, it ain't easy being a
Star Trek podcaster
in the biz, new kids on the block.
Oof. Especially when we're just plowing through season 1 of Next Generation.
Mm-hmm. We made it.
It takes work. I am Jaron Hatch, and of course I'm joined here by my co-host, Aaron Cole.
Hello.
And we've made it once again to the end of another list, our second list.
Triumphant.
Yeah, Jeebus Christ. We just finished our look at the growing pains of the Next Generation.
Oh, man.
This was our second selection of episodes in our 100 episode list that we're currently watching through. And this was all TNG Season 1. 10 episodes of it.
Yeah. We got a nice compliment from my father-in-law today. He was talking about Cass's episode.
Oh, yeah.
And he had a pretty good take about Wesley. He said it's important because, particularly in that first season, because they set up Picard as someone who doesn't like kids, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So Wesley's there to kind of support that dynamic in a way. It's like, oh, yeah, that's a good take.
Help kind of push Picard to grow. Mm-hmm. A little bit of conflict for him.
Shout out to Darren. Thank you for that. Help me appreciate Wesley a little more.
Yeah, let's just get right into it. Wesley Crusher was the theme of so many, or at least he almost cropped up in all our episodes. And we have to talk about Wesley. So Wesley turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger at the end of this one.
That's my way to take that pill a little easier. Like, why is he aboard? Okay, I can make him Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's a lot easier to bear.
Wesley's probably one of the least popular, least favorite characters in the entire franchise. I think he'd be down there at the bottom.
Yeah.
If we did like an aggregate poll of every Star Trek fan.
Poor Will.
To the point where he's almost one of Star Trek's most infamous characters. And it's like, oh, then there's the Wesley episodes. I don't, and I've never hated, I don't hate Wesley Crusher. And I think he gets better. I still think it's a silly idea for a character, the super genius child. It's very campy.
If he was played by Haley Joel Osment, maybe I'd buy that a little bit more in his prime.
Then Will Wheaton,
10 years old, Haley Joel Osment.
I just
tour de force.
He never blinks once. What a performance!
He's still acting. He's still killing it. He does fun little movies sometimes.
Yeah, a whole different kind of thing he's doing now, but he's still great.
Apparently, he's a great golfer too. I never knew that.
I never.
If you need the hookup on Haley Joel Osment trivia, don't worry, it's not a creepy Riker thing.
We're trying to get him for one of our future episodes. Remember that time you were in Star Trek? I don't. What?
Who are you guys? Where am I? Haley Joel Osment, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. What did you think of that episode? Haley, can I call you Joel? What do I call you? He's great. Isn't he great?
He's still so good, folks. Haley Joel Osment.
I really wish you would have played Wesley. Why didn't you play Wesley, Haley? Why? We're going to take a break. We don't take breaks.
We don't take breaks. Oh, my God.
Shut up, too.
Shh. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's the big tragedy of Wesley Crusher. Wesley's story arc is him becoming the prodigy he's destined to become, which is only so interesting. He's just special boy, golden child,
Yeah.
I guess there's always a potential to explore interesting stuff, and I do think Wesley does get some fine episodes. He's not a total waste of a character, and there are some fun things they do. I don't hate him. He is my least favorite character on the show. But I don't hate him. It's just that I hate, especially in the first season, it's like sometimes just to like let Wesley be like the cool, like special kid, they make the other characters look and act really dumb. And that's a little unfortunate. Like, I feel like characters are just kind of shortchanged, but just because like Wesley's there, it's like Yar's still not getting scenes, but they always give something to Wesley, and he gets the most development in that whole first season.
Yeah. I'm sure they were part of it's trying to capture that attention of the younger generation too. You know, giving them something to cling on to with the show.
Yep.
With the success of Star Wars.
Yeah. Yep. Get the kids in there and get the kids loving it.
Buy those toys.
I never hated it. Who do you think? Who do you think of all the characters ends up looking the best in this first season? At least in the episodes we've watched.
Gosh. You know what's interesting is I think it ends up being a toss-up between like Riker and Picard. Young first season Riker is kind of awesome.
He is very interesting, and he is not like this in the rest of the show. It's a very unique version of Riker you get in this first season. That is fun. He is for me. He is always one of the highlights of going back to the season, just because he is so different. They all are in their own way, but Riker feels particularly unique. Definitely, though, I think in the end, Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard comes across as, despite his flaws, like he is pretty stiff in all these episodes. He is a hard ass in all these episodes, more so than he is in later seasons.
He gets a lot of the best dialogue though, and he acts the heck out of it.
He acts like, I think this is a case where like the character is elevated by the performer, and it's really easy for the writing to elevate a performer, and I would think that's the more common one, because if your writing and dialogue isn't good, it's a challenge to do anything with it as a performer. But those performers who can still just like commit and believe in what they're saying, even if it's not great, and still own it, that's Patrick Stewart in this season. He is making that dialogue sound way better than it actually is. You know, like that little speech he has with Armis, the skin of evil.
Yeah.
You know, it's not particularly great or inspiring stuff. Like it's just cliches and you know. Do you want me to tell you what true evil is? It is to submit to you. It's his cadence. It's his. Like if you just have anyone else saying that stuff, it's like, this is nonsense. He's kind of just moralizing to this goo monster on a planet. Like, he makes you believe it though.
Sure. I don't think I've ever known what it is to be in a character like that. That committed.
Yeah, in the neutral zone, some of the scenes where he's like, we have eliminated hunger, need, want, you know, we've grown out of our infancy. And it's just so like sunshiny, rainbowy, and like utopian, but he still gives a kind of earnestness about it that somehow makes you believe what he's saying. It's like, yeah, he seems to genuinely believe this is the case.
Whatever you say, Dad. I mean, Picard.
Yeah, Daddy Picard. Who do you think turns out worst?
Oof.
And let's keep Wesley aside. We've talked about Wesley. He's an anomaly in and of himself.
You know, and you can almost count out Deanna too. Her poor character. Yeah, that's almost cheating to call that character out. Too easy. Probably Geordi. They just don't give him a lot, or Yar, unfortunately.
Yeah. You know, they do give Geordi some things. I don't think Geordi was particularly well featured in our particular list. There are a couple of episodes. He actually gets some of the best stuff in the first season. There's an episode where he takes command.
That's right. And he has the saucer section separation. That's right.
He, in the end, he's the one who, like, I mean, everyone does their part on the planet, everything, but it's like, but none of it matters if Geordi can't solve the situation with the ship, because things have gotten really desperate. Like, the whole ship is under threat. It's like, oh, yeah, there's the landing party, but Geordi has the entire ship and crew to worry about.
Right.
And he comes through with flying colors, and it's a fucking awesome moment. I think I would say Yar.
Yeah. The poor dear.
Yeah, and like there's some stuff she gets to do that we didn't get to see, but even with that, it doesn't amount to much. She's just mostly in the back, hailing frequencies open, Captain. That's mostly what she's doing on the show. I mean, you just feel like she could have been so much more. Like, she's always, to me, like, it's always fun to see her in the season, just because it's like she is not in the other seasons. So it's always fun to see her there.
Like, Yar!
Yar!
She has a presence. She has a vibe. She has a look. She could have been great.
She could have been great. The other one who comes close for me is Worf. Especially in the first half of the first season, they do... In the first half of the first season, they do more with Yar than they do Worf.
His silly little hops over the command bridge.
Yeah.
Like,
Captain!
Whoop.
In the back half of the first season, they start to do more with him. And then there is one of the better episodes of this season, and once again, it's not one we watch, but one of the better episodes. It's basically the one and only Worf-centric episode where they find some like renegade Klingons, and he kind of has to deal with them, and that's interesting because then it starts to like really inform you. You didn't know anything about Worf until that episode. You're like, oh, Worf is actually really interesting. It doesn't happen until near the end of the season, but
when does he meet his love interest? Is it season 2?
K'Ehleyr, season 2.
Yeah.
She has a season tour. My God. As far as the episodes we watched, this whole season is weird and interesting for me. I do like going back and watching these episodes. But I'm thinking about all 10 episodes we just watched, and it's like, would you recommend these to anyone? I'm like, even though we cover them on our list, I'm like, but would I actually recommend these to anyone?
You should sit down and watch this one. Maybe hiding Q in the list just to set up Q.
Just to help set up Q.
I think that's important.
There's a weird thing about this season, and part of me just wants to say, like, if you're new to this, almost just skip it. However, they do set up a lot of things in the first season that do come back later, and it is kind of informative to see the origin of a lot of this. Q is certainly the most paramount of all those things. It's like Q goes on to be arguably the most, or one of the most interesting recurring elements of the show. Maybe only the Borg competes or tops Q. But otherwise, I feel like so much of Next Gen, it's like, oh, Q. Q coming back. He's so iconic and part and parcel to the whole thing. We're doing all the Q episodes in this 100-episode list, so like, just feel like that's how kind of vital he is to the whole show. So I can see hiding Q. Of all the episodes you watch, the one I'd be like, definitely do this one, I think for me is Where No One Has Gone Before. The one where they meet the Traveler and end up traveling first off into a different galaxy, and then going even further and going to like thought realm. And there's just
the Travelers too, you know?
Yeah. I just think that's I think that one is, for the most part, is actually executed really well. It's the kind of episode, I love episodes where it's like, only this show could have done this episode. where no one has gone before is like Star Trek-y at its Star Trek-iest. Literally just like
It is very pure.
Pure Star Trek. It's all the conflict in it is like exploration and like, can we go too far? And are we ready for the things we're going to find out there? Just on all those levels, I think it's so Star Trek-y. Like, it's the kind of like Star Wars couldn't do this. Twilight Zone couldn't do this.
No.
Stargate,
Maybe.
Doctor Who, but even like those are maybe the ones that come the closest. But Star Trek even feels like, but that's the show to really, how far can we go? Kind of a thing. I genuinely enjoy that one. I think that one I would give a hard recommend to anyone. It's just a random episode.
There's the Merchant of Death episode we were just talking about.
Yep, Arsenal of Freedom. I would probably rank that as probably my favorite episode of what we've watched, and that's pretty good. That's my hard recommend.
It even gives Wesley a purpose to be like a prodigy.
He does,
like a genuine kind of prodigy moment.
Yep.
The Traveler's like, oh well, why would you think of that? You silly boy. That's nonsense.
Yeah. You mean that space and time and thought are not the separate things people think they are?
Careful now.
Boy, don't you ever say or think some things.
You slapped me. I did nothing of the sort. We'll never speak of this.
Turn off your mind, boy. Close your mind.
Okay.
I think maybe the other one I would like recommend is The Big Goodbye. It's fun holodeck stuff, and it's the one that seems the most, that one that really leans into just like, oh my god, how fucking cool is the holodeck, right? Yeah. It's just so like, everyone's so like, this is so awesome, that whole episode.
Especially Gates McFadden, she plays that so well.
So well.
Crushes it.
Picard 2, Data, they're all just so giddy the whole time. It's a really fun little episode, and I think
Data getting into it.
Yeah,
he's not nice.
He's being grilled. What is he, a fish? Oh my god! Of all the episodes we watched, if you had to be like, definitely skip this one, this was not good.
Not good. Oh man, maybe skip Skin of Evil or 11001001. Or even what's the one we watched at brunch? Data Lore.
You don't like lore, do you?
I love lore.
Oh, you do like lore.
I do like lore, just not yet.
My dear brother.
Here's the thing about lore is I had a friend growing up who was a lot like lore to my Data, if that makes any sense.
Like a twin, almost like a evil twin brother thing, but you're friends.
He was like my closest friend growing up. Probably I think 3rd grade through 6th or 7th grade.
So you just can't help but think about him.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Laura reminds me a lot of him.
Taints it.
And I didn't realize it at the time, but looking back, it's like, yeah.
What was that fucking guy?
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings on lore. I'm just like, it's a fun idea. Like, I guess it's just that like, I just don't feel like they ever capitalize on it as well as they could. And I think we talked about it a little bit. And when we actually talked about Data Lore, I'm like, if they built more up to him being a villain rather than him just being like, he's like mustache twirling evil villain, like in his first line.
It could have been cool to see him
build up to it.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, Data is just like, he's just so jealous of the attention that Data gets from the humans, and it just eventually drives him crazy. He's just already at that maniacal place,
right?
I think it'd be a lot more fun to see as Data becomes like more evolved. You see this split where you see lore going down a different path. That could have been really fun. But it's just like, man, that cashew lord.
Right. No, I promise this time I'm better, you guys.
Oh, I'm worse than
worse.
ever.
Because you left me out in space.
My God, good old lore. Episode I would recommend least. Part of me wants to say The Last Outpost. I don't think it's a good episode. And the Ferengi are just... It's academically interesting, but the Ferengi are so bad in that episode.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. Part of me wants to see Haven, just because I'm like... the only reason to watch it, I think, is...
What ones haven't we said now?
Loxana.
Oh, yeah.
But... The rest, but that episode is just, what the fuck?
That's a shorter list at this
point.
The episodes that we would recommend is well, I guess naturally that makes sense. It's a much shorter list than the episodes we wouldn't recommend.
Yeah. The only reason why I'd say watch Skin of Evil is just for the context of Yar not being in there anymore. And I think that last little, like, eulogy moment, that last scene...
Yeah.
Like, it's worth it just to see that
If
scene.
you're going to watch anything from season 1, just YouTube Picard's eulogy for Yar.
For Yar.
You don't even really need to know the character.
That last little scene with Picard and Data, I think, is really good. Mm-hmm. It even starts to set up the Picard, specifically the Picard-Data dynamic. It's almost like the first time Data's like, is this what it is to be human? And then you start to, because as the show goes on, Picard really steps into this mentor role for Data. I think you almost see like the first little seed of it right in that moment.
You got it.
No, Data, you got it. Or maybe the neutral zone. I don't think the neutral zone is particularly good. It's fun to see the Romulans. They don't do anything with them. And all the stuff with the humans from the 20th century, it's fun, but it's also just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Every episode we have watched, I have almost had more fun this chunk of episodes than the 60s show. Just for how it's... They go for it in this season, and I have to give them props and points. I'm like, there is something they're trying to do, specifically something that Gene Roddenberry is trying to do. For me, it's kind of like what the prequels are for some Star Wars fans. The Star Wars prequels.
3 giant memes.
George Lucas tried to do something with those films. This is a case of just franchise IP creator with a huge ego who has been given all the keys to the kingdom and will do whatever he wants. And for better or worse, that's what those first 3 Star Wars movies are. I don't think any of them is particularly good. However, I'm like, but there is a thematic vision for it, and he tried to do something. This, for me, is a case of failing at trying to do the right thing. And I have to give points and props for trying. He wasn't trying to repeat himself. He was trying to do something different.
Yeah.
It's just a glorious failure. It has its moments. It has its genuine...
It does.
This isn't that... You know what? There's something about this.
And yeah, there's some parts that genuinely made Star Wars better. True. Like the lightsaber choreography.
Oh, yeah.
And like the special effects in the space battles and stuff like that.
Yes.
Miles better.
Miles better.
Yeah, there are pluses to the prequels.
There are. And it's a similar thing for the first season of TNG where it's just like, I feel there's a certain begrudging, like, I think it's cool to get to see someone's creative vision. And Star Trek The Next Generation is almost like the Star Wars prequels for Star Trek in that, like, Gene Roddenberry's back doing a sequel instead of a prequel, but now has the keys to the kingdom.
Yep.
Now I can do whatever I want. and no one's gonna tell me no. And at least in Gene's case, and if they do tell me no, I will stick my lawyer on them.
And if a writer writes something I don't like, I'm gonna change it.
I'm gonna rewrite it. It's fun to see that, but I'm also like,
this is why we delegate.
This is why we delegate.
This is why we collaborate.
Fun, but hugely flawed. Hugely flawed. So I guess that kind of gets into, I guess the big question, Aaron, for all this that we've just watched, the growing pains of the next generation. And we talked about this in a counter at Farpoint, but this was the overarching theme of the whole thing.
Do you think there is a theme of this first season?
Yes, for us in the podcast.
For
us in the podcast.
And what do I think it is? You're gonna make me guess?
No. Of course not. Okay. No, we talked about this in a counter at Farpoint. Reimagination.
Yeah.
This is the first time they reimagined Star Trek, and this whole first season on a larger scale is just a reflection of that same thing. Mm-hmm. So, this was the first. So this first season is the first time they reimagined Star Trek. It's pure Gene Roddenberry Star Trek, the closest we're ever going to get to it. How successful do you think they were in reimagining Star Trek for this first go?
Oof. Oh, maybe like a 6 out of 10. 5 out of 7 extra rice. No, no, like about a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
You know, if I had to put
so
a number
pass
on it.
Passing grade.
Yeah. Passing. There's some intangibles there and some good moments, some bright spots. If you're a newcomer to the series, if you were a longtime fan, I think there was enough there to hold you for season 2. Enough there to give you hope for something better.
There could be something here.
Yeah.
But like a solid D.
Yeah.
But not an F.
Right. Not a total fail. Certainly not. Everybody just gives it everything they got. They really try so hard.
It's certainly not for a lack of trying. Certainly not. I would agree. I would probably give it somewhere similar. And there is a strange love for me to come back to this season. It's got a unique vibe that eventually disappears. Mm-hmm. And the rest of the show ends up having a different vibe. It's just fun to see this first go. It's wild. It's wonky. It's fun to watch with friends.
Yeah. And I think a big part of our enjoyment actually came from us really honing in the podcast and getting our shit together here.
I agree. Having a lot more fun we had fun from the very get-go, but
for sure.
We've just been much more just like got tuned in, got more zoned in into what we're doing, and everyone we brought for this last segment, I feel like every time we all had fun.
Yeah.
Watching it, like it's just we can't help but just roll your eyes and laugh and have a good time with your peeps. So in that sense, if you're just watching this by yourself, I would argue this has less appeal.
Sure. Oh yeah, get a buddy.
If you get a buddy to watch this stuff, it's hilarious. Our good buddy Mark, because he had never seen Next Gen like we have. Well, you're also rediscovering it or
True.
Discovering it in some ways.
True.
So Mark Nelson, our good buddy, he hasn't seen a lot of Next Gen. After Datalore, he was like, you know what? I want to do it. I want to watch it. And he's been like, but he's always been so intimidated.
Yeah.
But like, especially the early seasons, he's like, I just know it's not going to be good. But he's been calling me up. He's like, Jaron. He's like, no, it's not good. But this is one of the most enjoyable shows I have watched in a long time. Mm-hmm. There is nothing on TV like this right now. Even modern Star Trek.
It would never get the green light.
No.
Not in this state.
No. And even compared to the rest of Star Trek, it's like, what is this? But especially with friends, it can be a riot to watch. He's talked to me about like Abby just sat down and watched one with me, and we were both like,
What are those?
What are we watching? I'm like, that's what this first season is all about. I think in its own way, it's worth checking out. It's not the best of Star Trek. Hey, here's the thing. Some people rank this as the worst Star Trek ever gets.
No.
Would you agree?
No. Not even close. There's Deep Space Nine episodes that are worse than episodes in this season.
As a whole, though. As a whole season.
As a whole season.
As a whole season.
No, I think there's worse seasons of Voyager. Straight up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Voyager. That's a whole barrel of pickles we haven't gotten into.
We haven't even touched Voyager yet.
Oh,
and
God.
I think we're saving our shotgun blast for when we get there.
Voyager is a whole different problem.
Yeah.
An issue. But again, what a ride. You go on a ride with Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I like there's a certain bravery in this first season that I think that I don't see a lot, to some degree, in modern Star Trek. I feel like this was pushing boundaries for its time more than modern Star Trek is pushing boundaries right now.
Interesting.
There are some things I do really like about modern Star Trek. Star Trek has always spoken to diversity and inclusivity. I feel like in modern Trek, it's even better. I still don't think it's perfect, if I'm being honest.
It's not.
I don't think it's perfect.
It's got a whole new host of problems. Now diversity is like the main character rather than just what the future would look like. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I worry to some degree that they're tokenizing certain characters. And if you actually look at a lot of the main characters of the new shows, there's still a lot of white guys just leading the show.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Stewart.
Jason
Anson Mount,
Isaacs.
as lovely as he is, just also another white guy.
The whitest.
The whitest. Scott Bakula, pretty white, but that silver fox thing Pike is going, he might be the whitest of all the guys.
Yeah. That pompadour, I think, sets him apart.
Yeah. The white guy. Whiter than Kirk, whiter than Archer.
Captain Whitey, how you doing?
But we talked about, like, they had a scene about pronouns in that first season of Next Gen. Like, way ahead of its time. And conflict resolution scenes. Guys walking around in miniskirts. Like, they're pushing. It doesn't all work and land, but they're pushing.
Yeah, it was kind of like, what could they get away with too? And producers were like, no. None of that progressive stuff now. Not that much diversity.
Yeah. I would recommend, you could pick our little list. You could do different little lists. If you're watching this for the first time, I think you could get away with watching highlights of these first two seasons.
Is there like a Spark Notes?
Like a Spark Notes version. It's like, yeah, here's Data lore, just so you know lore. Here's Troy's mom, just so you know Troy's mom. Here's the Frank. Just, but I'm like, every single one, no.
Star Trek Abridged. I wonder if anybody's done that on YouTube. I bet they have.
Yeah, there are definitely people who's like, here's how to watch the first two seasons and then essentially watch everything after that.
Yeah. With
some things you could still down the road skip. Star Trek always has bad episodes. There's no season that gets away from it.
No.
Nope. Okay, so yeah, I think we're both agreed D, but a D with a smile. D.
A D with, if you get this extra credit done, I'm still going to pass you.
We watched it specifically. Here's why I think, though, like, 'cause I know some people will be like, especially when we first started this, I can imagine people listening, and you guys are going to watch 10 episodes dedicated to the first season of Next Generation in a 100 episode list. A full 10th is dedicated to the first season of TNG. And I know some people would raise their eyebrows at that. But I will defend it just in the sense of it's almost its own show compared to what happens in the rest of TNG. Like it's its own unique thing. The second season is similar, but even then, there's just something so particular about that first season of TNG. Again, it's the first time they reimagined Trek with new people. That in of itself makes it a fun, interesting watch. I do think Mark is in a perfect position. He's like, I have watched a bunch of Star Trek. I just haven't seen this. So I'm actually really prepared for what's coming my way.
Yeah.
But as I watch, I'm like, whoa, this is wild. Like, what is this? This is fun. I think this is hugely fun to come back to as a Star Trek fan. If you're a newbie, I would say watch highlights, skip a bunch, and jump to the third season. Generally speaking, there's some you should definitely watch, and there are definitely people on YouTube or just the internet who will help you out. I think the 10 episodes we watched, though, it's not perfect, but it does give you a good sense of what this era was, and we watched a lot of the episodes that do set up things for the future. And it is fun to see how eventually they kind of flesh things out, reinterpret, recontextualize certain things that all gets introduced in this first season. I will be excited to move on to some new stuff, though.
What's ahead?
I will say that.
We got a whole new Doctor ahead of us.
Yep. We'll get there eventually. But before that, Aaron and I are taking another little break from Star Trek, a little palate cleanser.
Yeah.
For Star Trek.
Every once in a while,
Every once in a while. I like doing it. It just kind of wipes it's the little sip of water.
Little
rinse and spit.
Chew a ginger between sushi.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It just kind of resets it and lets us come in fresh at everything we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, for those who are new to the podcast, Aaron and I, in between little selections of episodes in our Star Trek list, we are watching nerd movies.
Nerd movies.
Just non-Star Trek-y things. We're being a bit broad in our definition of nerd. It could be sci-fi stuff. It could be fantasy stuff. It could be film nerd stuff.
Yeah.
It could be history nerd stuff. Who knows? Blockbuster mainstream
pop culture stuff.
Pop culture crap.
Nerd stuff.
Could be that.
People nerd about that.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Yeah, like mainstream nerddom.
Like Avatar?
We'll see.
That's like the definition of mainstream nerd.
Yeah. Any James Cameron film. Titanic, T2. T2 is more in his hardcore times.
That is.
Once he hit Titanic, though, all mainstream.
I don't think Terminator 2 would get made today.
No. It's way better than any of these new Terminator movies they're doing.
Oh, my goodness.
1,000% better. Unfortunately, we are not watching T2 for our next film.
That would not hold up in 4K.
I'd be curious. You have to redo some of the T1000 effects. But what a great movie, though. When we did Nerd Movies 1, we thought it most appropriate, since this is a Star Trek podcast, we thought the most appropriate thing to do would be to do Star Wars.
Yeah.
Episode 4, A New Hope, the OG Star Wars film. We watched classic Star Trek, and we capped it off with classic Star Wars. It just felt the most appropriate. And that was a lot of fun. I hadn't seen that film in a long time, and we had a lot of fun. We had like a newbie, a casual fan, a hardcore fan, and we all just sat and watched and talked about that OG Star Wars film. If you haven't checked that out, I would definitely recommend it. It's a fun time. We're not watching a space movie for Nerd Movies 2, though. This time around, we're bringing it back down to earth. Though I can't say we are exactly going to be grounding ourselves in reality. Or maybe. Maybe that will be kind of the question for this film that we're going to be watching.
It has those vibes.
Those vibes.
Yeah. Realism.
Yeah, we kind of teased last time that we were going to be jumping into superhero-dom. This is a whole different kind of a thing than Star Trek. I would say Star Trek is much more team-based and like communitarian in its outlook. They are not superheroes. Even like Captain Kirk or Spock, they are not superheroes. Superheroes are, it's almost the opposite. It's not antithetical, but I would say superheroes almost are on a different end of a similar spectrum. Whereas Star Trek is all about the team and everyone coming together to, they're as good as each other. Mm-hmm. Superheroes, while it can and does have elements of that, is a bit more focused on individual empowerment in a very literal sense.
Yeah, it's all those people qualities wrapped into one person.
One person who has now power and ability to be more than any of us could ever be. Mm-hmm. Which is so American.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so American. Even though they have traveled really well globally, I would say it's a uniquely American art form. At least it starts here and kind of goes globally. It's very American, just individual empowerment taken to its fullest extent. I can do anything! Superman. We're not going to be watching Superman, though. I think we're going to be getting into probably the most popular superhero of all time. Maybe not at the moment, but if we're looking as an aggregate of all time, this is probably the most popular, I would argue.
Gosh, it's so close in my head. I think you're right.
Who's the competition?
Spider-Man.
The only reason why I'll give this character a leg up, they've been around longer.
Yeah.
And so they even had decades of popularity before this character did, and they still enjoy lots of popularity. Of course, we are talking about Batman. I am the night.
I am vengeance.
I am Batman. Classic. Come, old chum, to the Batcave. We haven't one moment to lose. Oh my God, we're talking about Batman on Nerd Movies too. And here's the thing. There are lots of Batman movies to choose from. I almost feel like we could have picked any Batman movie. And for its own reason, it's a valid pick.
It's a good nerd movie, yeah.
Some are better than others, but they're all valid to look at in their own way.
We're diving right into the Schumachers. No.
Batman and Robin, folks. Here we go. Yeah.
Chill.
What killed the dinosaurs, Batman? The Ice Age!
It was my mom. Wesley Crusher.
Q. Of course, here's my invitation. Oh my God. But we're not. So the question was, what Batman? And there were two we were going between. Mm-hmm. As to what Batman film we were going to cover. And for those of you who are maybe hoping we were going to do this one, the one we were considering and not doing is Batman Begins.
Yeah, not gonna do that one.
I'm not going to say we will never do this film. There's no reason why we can only do one Batman movie.
That's my personal favorite of all the Batman movies.
Batman Begins?
Batman Begins. Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. Now we're not going to be doing Batman Begins. Some of you might be like, does that mean you're doing The Dark Knight?
Also, no.
Also, no. I'm not also going to say that we're never going to do this movie either. That might be. I don't know if it's my personal favorite. If I had to pick what's the best, I would still probably like, that one. But the movie we're going to do instead, Aaron, I'll give you the honors. What Batman movie have we decided to watch instead?
Instead, we're going to do Matt Reeves' The Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
The one. This is The Batman.
But it's getting sequels. So it's not the only Batman.
But it's The Batman.
The's Batman.
The Batman.
The Batmans.
My guess is those of you who listen, I'm going to guess there are only 3 reactions that have happened. maybe 4.
Ooh, 4.
A third of you are like, yes, I love this movie. It's so good. This is the one you should be talking about. Because I know there's some people who think this is now the best one. And maybe another third of you who are like, no, not this. I hated that movie. It was long and boring.
It was very long.
And then I bet the other third of you are like, I don't care.
I haven't seen it. Don't want to see it. What was reaction 4?
It's okay.
That's all right.
And then 2% of you, there you go, that's fine.
What happened?
It was fine.
I saw it. I don't remember it. John Turturro's great.
Here's the thing. I don't know. This is going to be the first time on our podcast that we are going to watch something that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this film. Batman is one of my favorite superheroes. He's one of my 3 favorite. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Not necessarily in that order. I haven't seen this, though. I haven't avoided it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
That's true. This is the thing for you to jump ahead in your order of movies and just watch a Batman.
Watch a Batman.
Yeah, why not? You know?
It's for me, it's like there will come at a time where it will feel the most appropriate to watch this film. And I feel like doing it for this podcast is actually that. We did get the 4K disc the other day. I did put it in just to make sure it's working. I watched like the first just few minutes. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I watched like the first 5 minutes of the film.
Nice.
Or like the first little sequence when Batman beats up the
something
thugs
in the way
in the subway.
The
city. Blah blah blah.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's so good at setting the tone.
Bum, 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 bum. Gets a lot out of those notes. Here we go. So yeah, I'm like interesting, but I haven't seen anything.
That first sequence that you're talking about, that it showed up in the teaser trailer for the movie.
Yeah, so I didn't feel like too much of a spoiler for me because I remember seeing that in the trailer. I'm like, okay, this is just an extended version of that thing I saw in the trailer.
That's what sold me on seeing the movie. Like when I first shot it, I was like, another Batman, and then that little bit of fight choreography, I was like, okay, I'll go see it.
Yeah, I'm very curious. I have to be honest. I haven't watched a lot of superheroes in
lately.
The last while. There's been some exceptions. I've just been so basically around a little after when the first Avengers came out. My interest in superheroes dropped precipitously. It for me, me personally, and I don't mean this as any kind of criticism. Just for me personally, it just hit critical mass. I'm like, for me, I've been watching movies since like superhero movies in the theaters since like that first X-Men film.
Yeah.
From like 2000 to 2012. It was like 12 straight years of going to see superhero movies for me. And the Avengers for me on an emotional level felt like a climax. We got these classic Marvel characters together. Whoever thought we were eventually going to get here? But here we are, folks. Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, they're all on this. And I was like, awesome. Anything I've watched since has not recaptured that magic. And I mean, that's the thing. I'm even more of a DC guy. And I have seen stuff since then. Some better than others. And like, there's been stuff I liked. I really liked the Wonder Woman film because I was waiting for years for a Wonder Woman film.
Have you seen the trailer for Flash?
Yeah, Flashpoint.
Yeah, we get a live action Flashpoint. I'm excited about it.
With Michael Keaton's Batman. Oh my God, that's going to be something. Folks, we are watching Flashpoint.
Yeah.
What Batman movie are you watching? Flashpoint.
Flashpoint, basically.
Half that trailer is Michael Keaton's Batman. How funny. So, I haven't gotten a lot into superhero stuff recently, so I am curious just how I'm going to feel about this film.
Yeah.
But I know you really like it, Aaron.
I do. I enjoyed it.
You're going to be like the expert this time around.
Cass enjoyed it too, and she's not a fan of Batman at all.
Not a fan, yeah, but she enjoyed it. That's what's so interesting. I've heard some people who have really positive things, And then there's some people who I'm like, I really didn't like it. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, interesting.
I
And
can
opinions of
understand that too.
and like I respect the opinions of all these people. So I'm like, I have no idea what to expect, honestly. Am I gonna be split down the middle? I'm gonna go one way? I don't know.
There are parts of the movie I absolutely kind of hate too.
Oh, really?
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't want to
Go too much into it.
Yeah.
We'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get
It's going to be a big one, folks. It's going to be a long one. But we are going to be getting a panel of 3 guest hosts to talk about it with us, much like in Star Wars. And that's going to be exciting. It's going to be a little event for us. Just as a little teaser, we do have a returning guest coming back for that one. My lovely partner in crime and bunny friend, Jenny Beal, is going to be joining us on the podcast. Jenny has been on Star Trek Stories before. However, you haven't recorded an episode with Jenny, though.
I've never
You
sat
weren't
down
there
with
for
Jenny.
that one.
That was a mini-sode.
That was a small one where Jenny and I just watched an episode of Star Trek the Animated Series, and so we're going to give her something a little more substantial to watch. And I'm going to be curious because Jenny is superhero apathetic. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
She doesn't hate it.
She nothing's it.
Just doesn't care. And I was like, are you a Batman fan? Have you seen Batman? She's like, I saw Dark Knight. And wasn't there one with like Bane? I think maybe I saw that one. And that is the extent of her Batman knowledge. She knows nothing. Well, I was talking to her the other day, and it was like, I mean, even then, you know stuff. Like, you know that Bruce Wayne's parents died, right? She's like, no, I didn't know that. I'm like,
What?
She's like, yeah, I had no idea. I
Gosh,
had no
maybe
idea.
we need origin stories.
She was like, I had no idea why Batman is Batman. He just is Batman. I'm like,
I mean, yeah. Really, that's all you need to know is that he's Batman.
but she's like, but I'm totally down to come watch it and talk about it, though. So I'm very curious to hear what she will have to say about it. And we're going to be bringing a couple of new friends on who haven't been on our show before. We'll save those as a little surprise treat when we do the episode. Mm-hmm. But I guess I will say a friend of yours and a friend of mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bringing people together.
Bringing the peeps together. That's what's quite fun about some of these nerd movies is bringing little groups of people who might not necessarily otherwise meet in a group. Yeah. That's what's so fun about that Star Wars episode. So yeah, next week, everyone, Nerd Movies 2, The Batman. I'm looking forward to it, even though it's fucking 3 hours. I am looking forward to it. We're gonna have a big old pizza party, so get yourself some pizza at home, folks. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Aaron, anything before we kind of close this out? It's been fun watching Star Trek, but I'm excited for Batman.
I'm vengeance.
Swallow me!
Justice.
Vengeance.
You and I are not so different. We're nothing alike.
Oh my
I'm
God.
justice. You're chaos.
Yeah, Tanner and I have just basically created our favorite Batman villain. We joke is his theme is that he's a Batman villain. That's there's a villain whose whole shtick is that I'm Batman villain. Well, Batman. Just the Batman villainiest of Batman villains.
What's his plot? What are his schemes?
It's just to be a villain to Batman. He's this weird amalgamation of every Batman villain. Riddler, Joker, Penguin, Catwoman. It's just all in this one.
He's got somebody dangling over a vat of acid. He's turning into sand. Or clay.
I see you falling for my trap, Batman.
He's got lipstick on.
Why are you doing this? Why am I doing this? Because you're Batman, and I have to do it. Because without me, Batman, why would you do what you do?
I'm gonna stop you.
I'm gonna stop you.
I know.
That's why I do it.
That's awesome.
Batman villain, the Batman villain.
I feel like the Flash kind of has that guy.
Anti-Flash Man.
A little bit.
It's not Reverse Flash, is it?
No, he's there just to
Captain
purely to be a thorn in the Flash's
Captain Cold?
It might be Captain
His
Cold.
arch nemesis?
Some of the iterations
just to fuck with him?
Yeah, some of the iterations of Captain Cold are not ferocious at all. He's just the biggest goofball trying to fuck with the Flash.
Trying to fuck with the Flash. You know, this is actually why I'm excited to watch the Batman, because my favorite Batman villain is the Riddler. And the Riddler always strikes me as like, all that guy in the comics, all that guy cares about is literally just fucking with Batman and leaving clues to see, can you do it, Batman? Riddle me this. So I'm excited to see. I always feel like Riddler is one that people struggle adapting and doing interesting stories with, as much as I love him. So I am curious to see what they do with him.
Yeah.
So I guess that'll be what we. How well do they pull off the Riddler in Batman, in the Batman? I guess you'll just have to tune in to find out. Unless you watch it and you already know, you're like, I know.
Don't spoil it for Jaron.
I know. Don't spoil it for me, everyone. All right, next time, Nerd Movies 2, The Batman. We will see you all then. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to share us your own Star Trek story, you can email us at storiedstartrek@gmail.com, or you can visit our Discord server. You can find us by clicking on the link in the show description.